see here. We can put our diamonds away, and we've got plenty at this point. What can go away? Our bones can go away, the flint can go away, the meat can go away. We can store the cobblestone away, leaving us just the iron and the gravel. The gravel I don't really have any use for. And then down here is where I put my stash. Look at all the crap we got. Now, we are still doing this entirely for the achievements. We have 3 achievements left to do here. On a rail, enchanter, and we need to go deeper. The reason we got all this iron was for on a rail. For the enchanter, we need some obsidian, though. Now, we can't actually get obsidian without a... We can't actually get obsidian without a diamond pickaxe. It's the only thing strong enough to be able to mine obsidian. That said, though, that village we encountered ages past, the little chest that they had, it had a few diamonds in it, but it had some obsidian in it as well. We have plenty of diamonds. We could make a diamond pickaxe if we really wanted. But if we did, diamonds being as precious as they are, I have a specific use for them in mind. So if we can avoid this at all, I would be happy. And I think we may be able to. I'm going to go to the village that was way to the southwest. If I'm lucky, maybe there's a chest there with some obsidian in it. I don't like this village. I don't like it at all. It's just very unsettling. A ghost town. I'm gonna get out of here as fast as I can. Wonder where that chest would be if there was one. Would it be... probably not up here. I very much doubt it would be in these small houses. Nope. Oh, it was in one of the bigger ones, wasn't it? Oh! It's hiding! And 4 obsidian, exactly what we needed. I really don't need these. I'll take the apple. Ha-ha! Get me the crap out of here. Now then, we are going to need all that iron made into iron bars. So I kicked off some of that while we were waiting. Now, what else we can do is we need to take our obsidian and our diamond. And we actually need some paper. Oh, silly me. Silly me again. There we are, and we can make a book. Now then, we take this obsidian along with 2 diamonds and our book, and we can make an enchantment table. Now that was the other achievement that we needed to get. And we still have 2 to go from here. Librarian and Overkill. We should probably set up a small area for this enchantment tables, though, and I think I'll set it up down here. There we are. We can kind of see into the egg farm, but that'll be fixed eventually. Trust me. For now, though, I just built a little room here in addition, expanding upon the basement. And we can put our crafting table right here in the center. Oh, the book always looks at me. That is a little creepy. That is one magic book. But when we get near it, we can actually take something and get odd things. Now these, it really doesn't mean much if you don't know the standard galactic alphabet, but even if you do, the descriptions are pretty vague. But what this does is it lets me enhance my sword. Now this one is pretty near the end of its lifetime, so I don't think I'll be enhancing this one. But you can look at these and see a number off to the side, 2, 3, and 5. Now, the higher the number generally means the enchantment is better than a lower one. And there are all kinds of enchantments, like doing extra damage to spiders or just overall damage. And you can enchant other things as well, such as armor or even your bow. Now those numbers also reflect on your current level, which, as you can see, the center of the bottom of the screen is 26. Every time you kill a monster and pick up its experience, that bar fills up a little bit, and that number gets higher. Now, at level 26, I could afford a fair number of these, because if I were to select this one, say, it would subtract 5 from my level. Now, all these are pretty low. There is something we can do to make that even better. I should probably put some more iron in there while we're waiting. But to do this, we are going to need some wood and some more sugarcane. Now with the sugarcane, 3 sugarcane horizontally makes you 3 pieces of paper. 3 pieces of paper makes you a book. Now we just get to do that a whole bunch. And with 3 books now, we can set 3 books horizontally and 3 wooden planks, well, 6 wooden planks, to make a bookshelf. Ah, now we've got the librarian achievement for making a bookshelf. Now the reason we do this is this enchantment table draws its power from knowledge. So as long as we put this bookshelf nearby, we should be able to get some slightly higher level enchantments. There we are. I'm going to need to go make a few more of those bookcases, though. There we are. A nice room, and look at all this information flying into this book! Now we can click on it. And now with all these bookcases around nearby, we can get really high-level enchantments. You don't want them to go too high, though. I couldn't just fill up the area with books. If I did that, then I may get an enchantment that, or I may get nothing but enchantments that I can't afford. Like this 29 here, I'm not yet level 29, so I couldn't get that one if I wanted to. I'm not gonna waste any of my experience on this crappy little iron sword, though. It's about to break. No, I think for something like this, something much bigger needs to be planned. A sword that I'm going to be using for a very long time. A diamond sword. And then while we are up here, we can of course grab some more iron. Now it is mostly random what kind of enchantment you get. Again, if you happen to know the standard galactic alphabet, you may get a hint, but it's still not a very good one. So it's kind of a crapshoot. Higher numbers generally mean it's a better enchantment, though not always. And there's really no reason for us not to spend all of our experience on this one thing and just hope for the best. So let's see what we get. A level 27. We're not getting any better than this. Sharpness 2. Haha. Sharpness means the sword does more damage. Sharpness 2 means it does even more damage. And now that we have this sword, I can start by putting my 60 iron ore in there. But now that we have this sword, we can actually go out and get another one of our achievements. You see, we've gotten Librarian now. And with Sharpness 2 on a diamond sword, we can get Overkill. And aside from Overkill, though, we still have On a Rail, and we need to go deeper to worry about. Now, the reason I got all this iron was for On a Rail. You have to travel 1 kilometer from where you started by minecart, which means a whole lot of rail. And as such, a whole lot of iron. Now then, looking at our map, which direction should we go in? A full kilometer will actually take us well off the edge of the map. Almost a full another map's width off to the side. I like the snow off to the east, so I'm thinking maybe I'll go that way. And if that's the case, then that means of all the places to build our little hub, I'll probably build it right here, giving the pumpkins a little bit of shade. I'm gonna need more wood. There we are. All done. Just a little bit of a section peeking out. We'll have our track going right that way. Now, since this is going to remain open, it's essentially part of the outdoors, which is why I made sure there was a door here. And why I put glass over top. And then underground here, or back on the surface. Not really underground, we're a little bit higher than that. But we have a nice little enclosure here, and even some natural light peeking down. So we are ready to go. Now let me show you how to make a couple things. Because if we're going to do this, we're going to need a lot of everything. Eggs. We don't actually need eggs for this, but eggs are useful for a lot of things. Now if we take our iron and set it up like so, we can get 16 rail. The exact same thing that we found while we were in the underground mine shaft. I wanted to grab more while I was down there, but that didn't quite work out as expected. Now, something else that is kind of important for us to make is if we take some gold, set it up like so with a stick in the center and some redstone, we can get a powered rail. So now we have a normal rail and a powered rail. Now, the last thing we will be needing for this is a stick and some redstone to get a redstone torch. Oh, and you know, I suppose it would be important to make a minecart. Now we'll want to stock up on supplies before we head out. And we'll want plenty of cobblestone for the run as well. We are going to be out and about for a long, long time. This here is where I'm going to be spending a great number of my days. Just making blocks and going in a direction. Now to do this, you do need to go in a straight line. Well, I suppose you don't have to go in a straight line, but you have to go 1,000 blocks away from where you started. Now, the most efficient way to do that is with a straight line, so we're going to be going in a straight line. And then we'll go from there. Going to take almost all of our iron to make this many tracks. It's going to take many a day and many a night. Now you can go up and over things to get this to work. Personally, I prefer just going a straight line. Absolutely perfect straight line. Now I start up a little bit higher. First of all, because it's a little more scenic, but it also helps me not have to go through every single tiny little bump that I could encounter. However, this does mean I'm going to have to carve my way straight through the center of any number of hills and mountains. Going to be great fun. Well, we have one trail done at least. One stack of stone has been put out. So let's go back to the start. I lost track of where I was. Oh dear, I need more. Now, the most efficient way of doing this, to keep up speed, is to go about 32 blocks. Technically, you want to do less, but 32 is nice and round and pretty easy to work with. So 16 and 16 is 32. So we go out and put down another 16. Then we run out, and then we take our powered rail and put one down. However, you see it's real dark here, which means we can't actually give it any power. It doesn't have any power going to it, which is why we took the time to make a redstone torch. So you take this. Now, redstone has an odd sense about it. It can actually power electric things, like our rail here. So by making a redstone torch, we've essentially made a power source. We can set that down and power our rail, and then it's good to go, and it will propel our minecart forward. We'll want to put a couple of these back here at the beginning, though, so we can get up speed before we get going. I'm going to need a whole lot more of everything, though.